Hey everybody, we are back and we're going to do a Let's Play, or continuing our Let's Play of Final Fantasy VI. And I just realized that I didn't change my dashboard to say what we were actually playing, so I need to update that. And meanwhile, the Gray Dragon's going to start us up on the file that we started last time.
And we're off.
And they're off. Oh, bunny.
Not anymore.
And this is where the differentiation between the PlayStation version and the Super Nintendo version become more and more noticeable. Trying to, getting through load screens takes slightly longer on the PS1. So on the world map, we are headed towards Figaro Castle.
Maybe. I think we're supposed to go to the returner's place first.
Hmm.
Rabbit stew coming right up. Free items.
So also too, the world map in Final Fantasy VI is gigantic. And walking across all of it on foot would be horrible. So you get some more vehicles at later points. A tonic! Yay! What was a rabbit doing holding a tonic though?
It's rabbit flavored?
They're Kooporific. I don't think we're going that way. I think you're headed the right way.
Yes, we are going to the castle. I just thought we had to head to the point at the right.
Maybe it is to the right. I don't know. I guess it's down to the right. Behind the mountain.
Yeah.
To grandmother's house we go.
Something like that. As I recall, these guys got nasty.
Sandray. Let me tell you a story.
Yeah.
It's a very critical word difference there that they say. It's not that he doesn't have anything, you couldn't take anything. And so, a slight change in the wording there.
Which makes all the difference, because a lot of times in the previous games they'll just tell you, you failed to steal anything. Well, does that mean he doesn't have anything, or that my attempt simply failed?
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference. One will stop you from trying again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wasting your time and all that.
Especially since these games are about 60 hours or so. You want to make use of the time correctly, I suppose.
Yes.
I'm not sure what some of that stuff actually changes.
Yeah.
Like the battle speed, what is that actually changing?
Makes the bars feel faster
Mm-hmm.
in relative to each other.
Okay. Jogo! Hey! Oh.
Alright, you're holding us down the road. Don't think we can get anything else in the castle at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's dangerous. I know it's down there.
That's dangerous.
I know it's down here, too.
So when you enter a new place, it's always good to take some time and look around, because you never know what you'll stumble across.
Indeed.
Usually story elements.
Well, first time it's usually items.
Also, like, too, you're able to talk to the sprites sometimes when they're out of alignment.
Well, it's because he was moving.
But it still lets you interact with them.
Yep.
You never know where they hide random items.
Pretty sure one of these had something. But if I recall correctly, there are some shops. Yep.
And why it says buy after you buy something? It's like, hey, I'm buying more than one thing?
It's okay, I'll just rob a shopkeeper.
That's always one of the weird things about these early games is you can literally go into people's house, take their stuff, and leave, and they never say anything. It's like, what? Remember, kids, don't do this in real life. Or even worse in Legend of Zelda, where you literally go and pick up pots, throw them to the ground to see if there's anything in there. Be like going over to your neighbor's house, picking up their TV and throwing it into the ground to see if there's something in there.
Just about. Although not too long.
No. These small healing items don't tend to stick around very long. Congratulations, you got a soft.
Unfortunately, I actually purchased one. At least one there. It's always good to have at least one of everything. Never know what you'll find.
Mm-hmm. Also, the range of items is nice.
Automatic, yeah. Always good. Okay, that goes to the main hall. Where do you go?
Oh look, another treasure chest.
This is the stairs.
And there's a staircase going down the other way.
The other side, who would have guessed?
Mm-hmm. Yay!
There's a secret passage in here somewhere. Looks like that was it, but I could just be recalling something from much later in the game.
Yeah, that's the thing about playing through games multiple times.
Like,
Yeah. Master designer of machinery. Hello, Edgar. Blink, blink. What's with you, anyway? Some of the lines in here are just so good. That's one of the things we could talk about too, is just there's the interaction between characters in this game is so interesting, and it just, by the end of the game, the character development is just exploding.
it's a lot more meaningful than you find in most games, including other Final Fantasy titles.
Yeah, if we just took Final Fantasy just by itself, I mean, the character development in this one is really large.
Especially compared to the first game, where there's zero character development because there's zero characters.
They're basically just blank templates that you can work with.
Yep. It's That's all they are, just a class. They don't even have names.
Yeah, you have to give them names. So you can have the great and mighty Bob. Story interruption.
No, that's where you have to go.
Youth. This song's almost reminiscent of something in Chrono Trigger.
I wonder why that might be.
Same guys, same era, two wonderful games. Save it. But wait, weren't you standing in front of her earlier?
That's always a good sign.
Hey, the impending doom statement. That's not good. They taught you earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Checking everything. You look a little silly, but some of the best items are hidden off in random places like bookcases.
Oh, yes. Or even hidden switches.
To get other hidden items.
To get some of the best items.
That always looks really funny. You're different. Great way to prove a successor.
Flip a coin. Yeah.
And this guy. and 32-bit laughing.
Still better than Final Fantasy X's laughing.
We're not even going there. Don't even talk to me about that.
I'll take this any day. Any and every day.
Mm-hmm. So bad. So bad. Yeah, and that's what's interesting too, is constantly you're switching back and forth between which character you're controlling, which adds to the dynamic, just dynamicy? I don't know if that's even a word, but
Dynamics.
the dynamics of the game. Dynamices, add it to your dictionary.
I don't think you should.
Maybe not.
But again, you can clearly see how it makes sense, because, you know, Tara wouldn't walk out to see these guys.
True. It would be Edgar coming out to talk to these guys. So.
Mm-hmm.
Missing a few buttons.
That's one way to put it.
I think the character development of Kefka in this game is really interesting too.
It's hard to tell how crazy he really is, or just how focused he is on getting what he really wants. Really hard to say for certain.
Yeah, because right now he just seems kind of like a kooky, kooky general. So.
Yeah, I know that.
Welcome to Corneria. Yeah, usually the NPCs will say something, or even sometimes
give you a clue of what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see, this way and Bennington's down here.
Yeah, it's unblocked now, so. Don't stand too close.
Did those guys say anything?
And also, too, just because you can't necessarily see something on the screen doesn't necessarily mean that there's not hidden passages.
This game's quite difficult with that, because there's a lot of empty space. You never know quite how much is there and how much you can really use.
This Chrono Trigger went into some of that as well, where you can go through. It doesn't look like there's anything there, but you can go through the wall to another area. It's like, oh. No, he's missing.
Oh.
Part of it is, too, the dialogue carries a lot of information, and so trying to remember what have we read and what have the characters really said. It's kind of one of the, sometimes some of the difficulties of this game. Can't hurt.
Is this the room I was supposed to go to?
Yeah, sometimes rusting triggers events, so...
Frequently.
Because we don't even know where Locke went, so...
And that's what we're trying to find. The question is, which room did he go to?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think he might be in the other town.
Yeah, that's certainly possible. Sometimes the NPC's walking patterns will just like get like right in the way of where you're trying to walk, and you're just like, no.
Fortunately, it's not much of a problem in this game. Some of them become giant problems, like the first Final Fantasy. There's some towns that are only so wide.
Yeah, if they block your path, you can't just like... Because in some games, the sprite work and also the AI is good enough where if you basically like move somebody out of the way, they'll move to the side or this kind of thing if you're like walking into them. Castle's on fire. Yeah, I'm kind of sympathizing with that guy down there. Wah!
Yes, we know.
Fire! Diving Castle Fever. And Kefka's left there.
Someone give me a shovel!
Mm-hmm. Magitech armor. I like the shortening of letters here too. M-Tech armor. And they hurt a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. But
Yeah, usually it's not that bad.
yeah, usually they don't shoot the same person twice in a row.
Brings you back to life. 11.
Next to nothing, yeah. That's the big one, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Man, they really don't like her.
Call the other two guys.
Auto crossbow. Which introduces a new concept of Edgar's tools. They are really good.
That's one of my favorite conversations. Just happens out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. You look positively spooked. M-A-G-I-C magic. iHeartMedia.
Good thing the enemies were good enough to wait for you to finish that conversation.
Exactly, and then promptly get destroyed by the auto crossbow. That weapon is really good for this early in the game.
It's one of the best weapons. It hits all enemies.
Mm-hmm.
It does a lot of damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Submariner.
Makes perfect sense.
Putting the brakes on the chocobo. We're going to the cave! 3D! Trying to navigate on this 3D, 2D plane is always kind of interesting.
Same to you. Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Yep. And always in between big story sections, it's always good to save.
And heal!
Yeah, the memo system was kind of interesting in this one. It's like a temp save file.
I never tried it. I mean, why would you? You have a memory card. Because I don't think it works without the memory card even being inserted.
Yeah, I don't know. Never really tried that, I guess. On to the cave!
Indeed.
Hi there, Chocobo.
Well, we were safe till we entered the cave.
Mm-hmm. Caves are some of the scariest places in all of Final Fantasy. The turtle chilling there. Leary. And Edgar's physical attacks aren't too bad either. It's just his items and tools just make it so much better.
Yay.
You got the tonic. Yeah, that'll wake you up. Whoa! Hi there, Critical.
Everybody's friend.
Yeah, that sometimes happens where it'll lock onto an enemy that just died, and so then it'll try and switch targets around.
Freaks out a little.
Valley Valley quiet. I'm hunting tonics.
Best way to survive this early on. Steal from everything. There aren't enough towns and enough money to go around to keep you alive.
And the recovery spring's right there, so you can just heal afterward.
Just wondering how much MP I had available.
It's like 5 at this point in the game.
42. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
It's a lot more than I thought it was.
Yeah, usually when you have some
Usually starts around
ability.
20.
Yeah.
Just for a comparison of how useful magic really is. Watch them all disappear. Is anyone gonna do that? No!
Yeah. Yeah, using the magic and the tools are just goes really, really fast.
It's really good on those big groups.
It makes the tedium of trying to get big groups either whacked down or just getting through an area a lot more efficient. That way you're not getting bored playing the game when you're like, oh, I got these random encounters, but you can just be like, okay, well, we'll give you some tools to make it go a little faster.
I'll tell you, the random encounter rate isn't too high in this game. Some of the Final Fantasy games are way too high. You can barely get anywhere.
Didn't 4 do that?
Recall, it's been so long.
Yeah. Crawly. I think if there was a Crawly that big crawling around, I think that'd be a slight problem.
Alright, he's just a little hungry. Oh.
It's funny why they made the enemy sprites so gigantic and detailed, and then your character sprites are eh.
Now who's gonna be afraid of a normal caterpillar? You get one that's 7 feet long, that's gonna raise the threat level.
Yeah. One of the things too, I think if the music wasn't as good in here, the battles and everything would get kind of tedious listening to the same song over and over. AVerMedia.
That's why it's so hard to steal. It's very good.
Hi there, treasure chest. How do we get to you?
There are any number of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, which is correct?
Whoa.
Best strategy for this place is rather than use MP or anything else, just heal. It's free and limitless.
Just requires a little backtracking and possibly fighting enemies.
But in the beginning, leveling up is always required. Not much you can do about it.
There's also other hidden menu items, I guess we should point that out.
Yeah, there's row and defense. He didn't die.
Whatever that does.
I don't think it worked.
I don't know.
That's a status effect thing. Usually when you get a status effect, you start glowing a different color.
Okay.
Whatever.
Not gonna argue. Go around.
Mm-hmm. But now we know. And it's not a tunnel or anything.
It's a little more than a hallway. So enemies in Final Fantasy games usually have kind of a common drop and then a rare drop or a rare steal. So, like the remedy is the rare steal.
Yep. Oh, it just doesn't damage. A whole 3. Wow. That's a lot, I hear. Oh, wait.
Maybe if you added some zeros onto that, it might be bad, but...
Even 1 0 would be noticeable, but... That's just good. Oh no, beware.
The 3 damage? Random blocking. Oh, okay, it's damage over time.
I guess it's a little like poison. Only so much worse. Who would have guessed?
Yay! Up and around. Yeah, sometimes the RNG for enemy drops will... enemy drops? Enemy encounter. Yeah, the enemy encounter rate will be like... You know, you won't run into them for a while, and then you'll run into a whole bunch of them all back to back, so...
That's why it's random.
Mm-hmm. The last block. That always happens. Poof. Random car outside. And we're back on the world map.
And as with any game, save.
Mm-hmm.
The enemies up here were noticeably stronger.
Closer to South People, which should be right there.
It's the first town where you can actually do stuff like buy equipment and things.
Fear the Rhino car.
And those guys were pretty tough.
Yes, sirree. Edgar at this point just has 3 tools. The auto crossbow, the
Noise blaster, and the final. Kind of amuses me for all the remakes that Square's been doing lately, why this one hasn't been touched.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about this a little bit earlier, where it's almost like, well, hi there, random item.
Oh yeah. That's why you always check everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, we were talking about, is it just that this game has been so good that they haven't had to touch it? I mean, the only remake they really ever did was for the Game Boy, and it only added or changed a couple of things. It was mainly just a translation update.
No more Son of a Submariner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you got goggles instead.
So, because what the TheGrayDragon and I were talking about is it'd be really cool if Square made a Final Fantasy VI movie like they did with 7. Not sure where they would go with the story, though. I mean, maybe that's why they haven't touched it. It's just so complete. I can run into walls twice as fast.
Yep.
Thank you, Kane, for jump.
And this is something that doesn't exist in other Final Fantasies. This little system of relics that allows you to really customize your characters pretty much any way you want. Just just really doesn't exist in others.
And what's nice is a lot of the characters can use all of these too.
Pretty much all characters can use any relic, with very few exceptions. Since I know there's a lot of poison coming out. Need some protection for that. I don't recall there being a whole lot of that in this part.
No, petrify was only a problem when you come into contact with silly chickens.
Cockroach is.
Yeah. Yeah, those things are like, what? And what's nice is you can equip 2 of them.
Yeah, not just one. You can even equip 2 of the same thing!
Which you can really go berserk with later.
For some special effects, yes.
Yeah, some special items later. We'll get there one of these days.
One thing that's very interesting about this game, and especially this town, is the unusual setup of all the just the buildings. You don't see setups like this very often.
Guy at the counter is kind of creepy. Which, that's just a rumor. It's like one of those random lines in all of Final Fantasy.
Pretty sure that's one of those altered lines from the originals. When it comes to the actual English version, I'm pretty sure the original didn't say that.
Maybe not. It's always hard to tell. That's one of the things I found interesting is in learning Japanese, going back and seeing what the original game was, and then seeing what they did with the wording or the translations in the different areas. Because I'm more literal in my translations, and so, but a lot of times it's either thought for thought, or we have these kind of, I don't know, phrases we use in the U.S. that sometimes just get inserted, and so
it's always a difficult line to walk.
You've only got so much space to fill with text, and so because the English text takes up a lot more room than the Japanese text does. You can fit about 40% more into the Japanese text than you can here.
Yep. Items. There's the armor shop.
Yeah, that was what was interesting in this game too, is it's multiple buildings. It was almost like they had more room to play around with, and so they're just like, here, let's put everything everywhere. And also too, in the beginning of any Final Fantasy game, you're always going to find yourself hard-pressed for money.
Yeah.
Try and figure out kind of what's the best option for the best prize.
Well, right now equipping Terra, since she has the lowest life and the lowest defense, she kind of becomes the first priority. Has pretty much no equipment from what I recall. Well, she had a little.
In each Final Fantasy game, the colors change depending on if it goes up or down. Because sometimes it'll be red if it goes down, it'll be blue if it goes up, it'll be yellow if it goes up, it'll be...
Fortunately, this one's nice and clear. It even shows you what gets affected by showing you all your stats at all times.
Yeah, because there are some equipment things that they add weight to you, and so as a result, it adjusts other minor things.
Yep.
And that's about all the money.
Almost.
That's almost all the money. We down to 27 gold now.
Yeah, not for long.
Oh yeah, that's another thing we should talk about is the Optimum system.
It's hard to say late in the game if Optimum's really that good, because it does some really weird stuff.
Yes, it does.
Because what's necessarily stronger by stats is not necessarily the best equipment to go with due to special effects or other qualities, such as other characters you want to put that on.
Yeah, Chrono Trigger really messed around with that, where the best gear is often best because of some protection that it gives you, or some resistance to status effects, or I don't know, just some special ability like cutting some amount of MP use down.
Okay.
Pretty solid all over.
Yeah, but that's just the defense.
Yeah, exactly. Then you go over to the weapon shop and...
Of which I can't buy anything anyway. Aye.
So it always becomes the big question. Do you want to get the enemies out of your way before they have a chance to hurt you, or do you want to be able to take a few hits?
Well, either way, there's always needing more money, which means a little bit of grinding. Always every gamer's favorite thing. But fortunately, it's not so bad in this title.
Yeah, I think... yeah, just... grinding is probably 25% of the total time. Just and rolling in enemy encounters as well.
Depending. Ah, yes.
Yeah. Hint, hint.
I wonder.
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about earlier about the layout of rooms is really tricky, but usually the NPCs will at least let you know that there's something valuable around.
Most of the time.
I mean, eventually, I guess the NPCs are there to kind of teach you, hey, you might want to watch out for this for later. And then you just start doing it on your own.
The game is trying to teach you good skills early on. It's only your fault if you don't pay attention.
There we go.
This is why you don't actually need to grind this particular time.
Yeah.
This game will actually give you everything you need if you know about this.
An old clock and it's not ticking.
Yes.
This room is really to teach you about maneuvering in tight areas, and that the sprite work will a lot of times let you do things that you have something built up in your head about how you think a room should operate. And then this game throws you a curveball by saying, oh, but no, you can do all sorts of other things.
Definitely teaches you to think outside the box whenever possible.
Chrono Trigger did the same thing, which is why we really like it.
Out of the way, kid.
Hi there, Phoenix Down.
But wait, there's more.
Hidden doors, hidden passageways, they're everywhere. Hidden items are everywhere. And that's why you talked to the clocks earlier, is to kind of get that indication that there might be another one you have to talk to later.
Well, then, you know, it tells you there's something about it. That should be a hint. This game's actually very good about rewarding players who actually check. Because elixirs are very rare and very powerful.
And now we actually have enough money to go back and buy stuff.
Yep.
And certain characters are good with certain weapon types, and so sometimes the Optimum will throw curveballs and put the character's wrong weapon on, and so you kind of have to watch for that, because there is some minor variations in what the attacks actually do.
That's the little hidden thing that you may not know about is you actually check the individual weapons. They'll actually show you what they do most of the time. Most of the hidden abilities that have will be displayed at the top.
It comes into play a lot later in the game, but having one- and two-handed weapons really matters later. Because this one was really good where you could, you know, you think about it like an actual fighter. You have a sword and a shield and all your armor. But you can choose to opt and take two shields, I suppose, if you really thought it was necessary.
I don't think you can actually do that.
Will the game not let you put two shields on?
I don't think so.
Just try it out and see what you come up with.
I'm guessing not.
Maybe not.
But it requires a special item later in the game to equip two weapons. Yep.
Yeah, we'll let you do it. Okay. You can't switch hands and put shield on right hand, shield on left hand.
Yeah, but you have to unequip one first. Okay. Decked out. Stop it here.
Sure, probably be a good place. There's a save point not too far back.
Yes, it's called the world map.
Or there's even a save point in one of the rooms down there too.
Yeah, but that's something really for later. Not that I knew that was there.
I like Tara saying, don't remove your memory card. Okay. Yay! We've saved the game! Alright everybody, well this has been ZXRyuu and the Great Dragon and Final Fantasy VI, and we will catch you next time on the stream.